And they are racing at Ellis. Tropic Storm had an alert beginning. He'll have company as the first-time gelding Notion will go with him. From in between horses, Navy Soul is next. Batukan from the high draw is in about the three path. Blame Shifter with the blinks on off the pace today. In fact, wrangled back to last as Cronus just went by him, though. Not much pace on as they turn up the backside. In fact, the field starts to really bunch up here. The top five covered by about 2 lengths. And as they go up the backside, from the outside, it's showing the way here. It is Notion, and Notion shows the way, but down towards the inside, Tropic Storm still keyed up. Meanwhile, Navy Soul well in hand, now backs off from third. In between horses, Cronus starts to advance just towards the inside of Batukan, and Blame Shifter is at the back of the pack. Just outside a half mile to go, and Notion, first off the claim, showing the way 3 parts of length. Here's Cronus for Keith up to the outside. These two uneven terms. 2.5 back to Batukan, who races to the outside of Tropic Storm, and Blame Shifter starts to advance now, just went towards the inside of Navy Soul. 2 by 2 by 2 with 5/16 of a mile to go. The quarter was 25, half mile 48 and 3. It's Cronus up to the outside with a couple shoulder taps from Keith. To the inside, Notion is being asked to quicken, and up the inside comes Blame Shifter, then Tropic Storm as they lean into the lane at the P-Patch. In top of the stretch, it's Cronus who comes to tackle the pace setter in 1 furlong to go. Cronus with the lead. Here's Batukan has finally found his feet, and Navy Soul at a huge number is rolling down the stand side. Down towards the wire, Navy Soul up to the outside of Batukan to the wire, Bonnie Pittman to the winner's circle. Navy Soul, the longest shot on the board at 18-1. Involved in that photo there with Batukan. Then it was Tropic Storm and Cronus. They are at the post. And they are racing. Rocket start for King of Kentucky, who barrels on out. Now, Ransom Painter flashing speed down the inside. And between horses, Mr. Commander up and after the pace, splitting horses up the backside. So Mr. Commander comes on through from between horses to show the way. Ransom Painter to the inside. King of Kentucky to the outside. And then a margin of 4.5 lengths back to Cravensworth. Still 5 or 6 back to Red Hill. And at the back of the pack, the Big Maws will have to pass them all. The quarter 23 seconds flat. They bend into the turn down along the inside. Up top, it's Mr. Commander. King of Kentucky set to strike to the outside, poking the nostril in front. They've quickened 7 lengths better than Ransom Painter back into third. Still 4 lengths further back up into fourth now. The Big Maws. Red Hill has found his feet as they race towards a quarter pole. Mr. Commander to the inside. King of Kentucky turns up the heat to the outside as they race towards the top of the home stretch. And Mr. Commander still there, holding King of Kentucky by the furlong grounds. Angling off heels, here comes Cravensworth, who's full of run, and down the center, the Big Maws has hit his best stride, 1/16 to go. Cravensworth inhaling the pace setter, and down the center, the Big Maws, but down towards the wire, Cravensworth for Ron Moquette is going to win, and win by about 2 in the end. Tight photo for second, Mr. Commander to the inside, to the outside with the Big Maws. They're at the post, and they are racing. Good start for Past the Hat. Nuevo Amanecer flashing speed from the outside draw. So as they leave that 7 furlong shoot and they go to straighten up with the main course, Nuevo Amanecer has crossed and cleared, has the lead. That will force Past the Hat to angle towards the outside of that one. Mena down on the inside from third, covered up by warning signs to the outside fourth. Leadfoot is fifth and just in front of Freddie Mac Omexis, second last, in Tennessee Lamb at the back of the pack. That's the 8 of them, covered by about 10 lengths as they have just outside a half mile to go. Nuevo Amanecer shows them by the half-mile point just in front of Past the Hat, who's in the clear from second. Mena keen to go on down along the inside from third. Warning signs in the orange to the outside fourth. Then a link for the back to the inside. Leadfoot midpoint through the turn. Here comes Past the Hat. Up to challenge Nuevo Amanecer. Mena still racing towards the inside of warning signs, third and fourth. Freddie Mac starts to heat up, then it's Leadfoot, top of the home stretch, 1/4 to go. Here comes Past the Hat for Pinnock Stud to tackle the pace setter Nuevo Amanecer, top of the stretch, and Past the Hat. It looks to flee the scene here outside the furlong grounds. Nuevo Amanecer is left in his jet wash, 4 further back to Omex, just outside the 16th pole. Past the Hat is drawing clear by 3. Late on the scene, Omex up into second. It's Past the Hat under heavy handling. Omex is racing towards him, but Past the Hat will collect the cash, wins by just about a length. Omex was second, then it was Nuevo Amanecer, Freddie Mac, and Leadfoot, the bottom of the high 5. They're all in line. Here's the start from Scott Jordan. They are Racing at the P-Pat. 6 missions from the high draw had a fast start, as did the son of English Channel, the gray Sapello Sound. And that's who will lead him under the line for the first time. He's keyed up with some high head carriage there, but Gabe Saez is going to try to get Sapello Sound to try to level on out here on the first turn. Southern Crush racing in second, but well off the rail. That will put 6 missions in about the 5-path on to run the first turn. Just a Photo came away racing in the 4th position, then a length and a half further back. Cole Boss just in front of Curlin's in charge. 2 to Fight and Ready Tricolor for the Diamond Club is next. Up on the extreme outside is Chance as they turn up the backside, and then it is Self Rule who has about 12 lengths to raise as they run up the backstretch, and Silver Rally is last of them all. The quarter was 24 and 2/5 seconds. They continue to run up the backside with 4.5 furlongs to travel. The pace is on. Sapello Sound and Southern Crush. They're sparring for supremacy up top, in front by about 3. 6 misses in Tricolor, still 3rd and 4th. In behind them, Just a Photo is 5th now. Chance with an early move for Joe Talabo up the backside. And trying to catch a hold there is Cobos as they race into the far turn run. It's still Sapello Sound and Southern Crush. They're out there fighting out up top as 6 misses in Tricolor. They move in a team 3rd and 4th. In behind them, Just a Photo's locked and loaded. He's 5th. Going to have to work out a trip from here. And on heels there, Curlin's in charge, full of run, but needs some clean place to go as well. Top at home stretch just outside, 3/16 to go. And Southern Crush, upset-minded, comes to the top of the lane with a length and a half lead. Splitting horses now Daylight for Franks Jones. Curlin's in charge. And down the stand side, Just a Photo is loose and charging with giant strides. Here comes a menacing rush from Just a Photo, sweeping on past, and Just a Photo, the son of Justify, wins by a length and a half. Tight Photo for second, 6 missions to the outside of Southern Crush. Then it was Fight and Ready, and Curlin's in charge in 1:44 and 3. Off back on the dirt here. They're at the post, and they are racing. Julestown straight to the front. We'll have company up to the outside. Apollo Rising from between horses. 7 flat as they head over through the opening turn. Constitutional Law, the gray, splitting horses, advances a couple of positions. Then we come back to Princely, second last, and Bold Looker at the tail of affairs. They turn up the backside, and a really strong out here as they go past the 6 furlong pole, about a dozen lengths top to bottom in Julestown. Showing the way 3 parts of a length. Apollo Rising, right off that one's flanked there from second. In behind them, Constitutional Law tucked in neatly along the rail from 3rd. Still 4. Back to 7 flat, who is in 4th. Single Ruler sequestered to the inside. Then a link to Princely in 7 or 8. Back to Bold Looker. Half mile to go in the 5th race, and they go into the far turn. Julestown still leading. Apollo Rising still tracking to the outside. The gray Constitutional Law's been 3rd every step of the way. Then it is Single Ruler who races up to the inside from 4th with about 4.5 to gain as they race around the turn. 5/16 to go. And up to the outside, Apollo Rising confronting Julestown. A big, wide bid from Princely, who comes to tackle to the outside. In behind horses, Single Ruler's full of run. Top of the home stretch, and 7 flat emerges with the lead. To the inside, Julestown still fighting up to the outside. Princely. Now Single Ruler angles down towards the inside. It's 7 flat, shaken up by Bejarano. Princely is trying to get on by these two, drifting off their line with a 16th to go. 7 flat coming out to Princely. These two to the wire in a photo finish. A neck separated them. 7 flat to the inside, Princely to the outside. Then it was Single Ruler, Julestown. Royale and Black Diamond to the outside. They are off. Good start for Can Group, also quickening from between horses. Raccoon Rodeo. And Timberlake joins the front ranks, and through from the inside, the gray West Saratoga out of the chute. And up onto the main course, and Timberlake, the favorite, out to confront Raccoon Rodeo. West Saratoga to the inside, away racing in the 3rd position. From 4th, Can Group, towards that one's inside is Card Trick. Still 3 or 4 lengths back to Burgundy Royale, then Northern Flame, and at the back of the pack, Dutch Mills and Black Diamond. The quarter 22 and 1. Into the far turn. There goes Timberlake, the son of Into Mischief. Well bet on debut. Has the lead, has opened up about 4. West Saratoga is racing a closer second. Still 3 or 4. Back to Raccoon Rodeo. Then Card Trick. Up wide comes Northern Flame. And from the backfield, Black Diamond has found his best stride with a quarter to go. And it's Timberlake out on top, showing the way a length and a half. West Saratoga in chase mode from second. Still 4. Back to Northern Flame. Black Diamond starts to heat heat up top of the home stretch. In Timberlake on cruise control with a furlong to go. West Saratoga is back into second and a long way back to Black Diamond. 1/16th left, and Timberlake tells the field, bye, bye, bye. Timberlake, a much the best reeled-in winner. 6-5 and looked like won by about a half a dozen. West Saratoga was second, Can Group third. Then it was Northern Flame and Black Diamond in 123 and 1. And they are racing. Good start. From between horses, Atrosh and Orient Magic reaching out for the early lead. Then from between horses, it's Tilted Towers Field Day down along the inside. Up on the extreme outside, American Mayhem, Unpredictable Bay are the next two. Still three back to Bourbon Heights, Red Hornet, and Gregory's Pride trails while racing three wide. Past the half-mile pole. The quarter, 22 seconds flat. So they blitz into the turn, and up top showing the way, it's Atrosh. Atrosh leads a length and a half. Up on the outside, it's Orient Magic to the inside. Tilted Towers down on the inside as they race around the turn. And three wide comes American Mayhem, top of the home stretch, and Atrosh will whip them in. But a host of challengers coming at the pace setter, including Tilted Towers, who's set to strike, angled off the pace setter's heels. American Mayhem, three wide, down the center, Unpredictable Bay. 1/16 to go. Here comes Tilted Towers after Atrosh. And Tilted Towers turning up the heat late. And Tilted Towers, Amy comes in for a reason, not the season, and wins for the Bumblebee Barn going away. Then it was Atrosh and American Mayhem, 102 and 1. They're at the post. And they are racing. Can't Hush This and Havadar had an alert beginning. Shot Shell up to the outside, flashing speed. They leads the charge around the opening turn. Moe's Treasure just in front of Masters Games and Group 18 Messiah Warrior Redemption Time. Rounding the opening turn, they straighten up the backstretch, starting to spread out here. Covered by about 15 lengths from top to bottom. And up top, Shot Shell and Can't Hush This ripping that first opening quarter, 22 in 4. So the pace is on. Can't Hush This to the inside. Shot Shell to the outside. There's a break of about 4. Back to Havildar as they continue to run up the backside. A margin of 7 or 8 lengths back to Master Game and Messiah Warrior. Still 4 to Group 18 in Redemption Time. 1/2 mile to go. In the first half mile on the board, 46 and 1. So fast fractions as they blitz into the far turn, and Can't Hush This is still showing the way, but Halvadar, it comes to tackle here, moves a closer second up to the outside. Shot Shell. Now Moe's Treasure starts to emerge from between horses from the backfield, closing in. Here comes the Redemption Time with Messiah Warrior. Rounding the turn, here's Havadar coming after Can't Hush This. And just like that, the Gray Son of Arrogate sweeps up to the lead as they turn on down for the money. Halladar, here's Master Game splitting horses and going with momentum to the outside. Group 18 at 8-1 is coming at him and coming on outside the 16th pole, and Group 18 has found the front. Master Game is back into second. Halladar could not quicken on, but Group 18 could, and Group 18 at the head of affairs wins by a length and a half. Master Game was second, then Redemption Time, and Halladar checked in fourth at 4-5 in 138 and 3. Maiden Fillies and Mares to go 5.5 on the firm turf to close out the show. They are at the post, and they are racing. Quick start for She's a Small Town Girl. Also jumping well is Evergrande, and from the outside, Sassy Walker. These three about a length in front of Inventa Anna and Gathering Storm on the run down the back stretch. Then 2 lengths further back down on the inside, Pure Country is sequestered at this juncture as they head in the far turn. Sophia Sonata is last of them all. They bend into the far turn with the lead. Evergrande has come on through to the inside to dictate terms here midpoint through the turn. Evergrande, Sassy Walker, and She's a Small Town Girl still in the thick of things too. Then a length and a half, Inventing Anna is now fourth. Under advisement is a close-up fifth. Now Pure Country starts to unwind midfield, top at home stretch. Here's Sassy Walker up and after Evergrande as they turn on down from between horses. Inventa Anna, She's a Small Town Girl in the pink loose and charging his Pure Country, but with a 16th to go, Sassy Walker still up top. Pure Country is gaining ground to the outside, and here she comes, sweeping past. What an explosive turn of foot. Pure Country runs him down, and she won going away. A quartet of horses hit the line in a blanket photo for second, 103